What's up, guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Tim Tesi Reaction. Kindly for watching me for the first time, make sure you subscribe, like, share and comment. So guys, in today's video is about Ibrahim Traore. Ibrahim Traore has come out. Ibrahim Traore has been trending across all over the internet, and people of Chicago are now rallying behind Ibrahim Traore. Because of what? Because of the progress that Ibrahim Traore has done in Burkina Faso. And we saw how these West people, they planning to assassinate Ibrahim Traore, but all means fail. So kindly guys, let's watch this video until the end, and then we'll dive it later.
The African wing of the global anti-imperialist movement.
We see that he's providing health care for his people, he's putting people first, he cares about the infrastructure, he's creating systems so that people can thrive instead of being in poverty like we have here in this country.
So we are here telling people, hand off Africa. The colonialists need to mind their business.
Why is he a dictator in the mind of the American media? Well, because he cares about the people of Burkina Faso.
Let me tell you what Ibrahim Traore is doing. He has got agricultural projects. Burkina Faso is having a farming boom right now because of this great African leader. He has just made a law that any woman who has a child, her medical bills are completely eliminated. It's free to go to the doctor and have a child in Burkina Faso, in this African country, because mothers and maternal care is so important.
You speak of democracy, yet uphold a global structure where the powerful few veto the dreams of the many. We will no longer whisper in rooms where we deserve to speak with full voice.
He's not a criminal, he's just being there for his people.
And if we could just follow his example.
The forces that are trying to overthrow Ibrahim Traore are the same forces that keep Americans poor. We want a prosperous America, not one that is so focused on maintaining the global economic system that our own citizens live in poverty.
He admires Gaddafi, he admires Patrice Lumumba, he admires all the great African leaders of the past, and we're here to say that American working people should look to Ibrahim Traore as the kind of leadership we need. A builder, a constructor, someone who lifts people out of poverty, someone who stands with the new economy rising in the world of the BRICS with Russia and China.
Donald Trump, look at this man. Try to be like him. Don't be like Zelensky. Don't be a worm. Be a president like Ibrahim Traore.
New economy emerging in the world, and it's based on real wealth. What China's doing with the Belt and Road Initiative, what Russia is doing with the Eurasian Economic Union, what is happening in Latin America with Bolivarianism, with the axis of resistance. There's a whole new economy. And this fake Wall Street derivative rip-off usury economy of Wall Street in London, that economy is the past. And the only future America is going to have is joining this new economy.
Imagine what we could have in this world just by doing what he's doing for his people.
What we need to do is get the United States to link up with this new economy in the global south and in the east, right? They lifted 1 billion people out of poverty in 20 years, right? We could be part of that. Instead, Donald Trump, on orders from Benjamin Netanyahu and the international banks, is trying to destroy that new system. No, we don't need to destroy it. We need to join it.
We are a spiritual people. Before your cathedrals, our ancestors sang to the sky. Before your missionaries, we knew the language of the rivers and the laws of the sacred forest. Christianity came, Islam came, and we received them not as slaves but as seekers. But now we ask, will the church and the mosque stand with us, truly with us, when all people are displaced by greed, mosque as globalization? Will your pulpits echo our cries or only repeat the songs of the powerful? Faith, too, must be decolonized. It must walk with the poor, not the privileged.
Well, we're having a really important event coming up on July 12th at the Midwest Convention Center in North Lake near the O'Hare Airport. We're going to have speakers talking about the Houthis and the Yemeni movement. We're going to have speakers talking about the Palestinians. We're going to have speakers talking about Africa and what's going on there. We're going to have speakers talking about the peaceful reunification of the Korean Peninsula. We're going to have music. We're going to have traditional dancers from the former Soviet Union. It's just going to be really amazing in so many ways.
Anti-imperialist speakers, cultural performers, dancers, music. It's going to be really special. 500 like-minded people.
If you can't make it, send us a donation to cover all the costs. It certainly costs a lot to rent out this big venue and get everyone there.
And to the youth of Africa, to the young boy selling oranges by the roadside, to the girl who walks 10 kilometers to attend school, to the child whose only toy is a stone but who dreams of stars. You are the reason we fight. Do not believe the lie that your continent is cursed. You are the blessing. Do not envy foreign passports. Be proud of your name, your land, your roots. The world may not applaud you now, but the future will speak your name in honor.
So we need to be paying attention to him, we need to be supporting him, and we need to be in unity around the principles that he's advocating for as a leader.
And he is standing up to AFRICOM, standing up to NATO, saying, U.S. out, we want to develop Africa for African people, not for the bankers on Wall Street who are not only keeping the people of Africa poor, but keeping people in this very city poor. Why are there so many homeless people in America? Why is our infrastructure falling apart?
It's time that we hired the China Railway Company to build high-speed trains throughout the Midwest, connect Chicago to Washington, D.C. and to Los Angeles with high-speed railway. That's what we're talking about. We're saying it's time that we start having an education system that makes our kids smarter. We have social media apps that train our young people to be more confident and more physically fit. We need a government that invests in people, not a derivative rip-off government that makes profit from prison and war and death and destruction. We need a government of action that will fight for working families. And in Burkina Faso, this impoverished African country, they have such a government right now. They've got a builder, a man who believes that human beings are the source of real wealth in the world. And he is investing in his people, and they are raising up the population, raising up the life expectancy, raising up the living standards, raising up education, raising up healthcare, raising up access to a decent life. That's the kind of government we need here, a government of action that fights for working families.
They're keeping you poor in this country as well. It's an absolute disgrace. We need leadership like Ibrahim Traore. We need programs that will allow people to raise children. We need people to have jobs and education in schools. We don't need to be starting war after war, bombing people in the Middle East, bombing people in Africa, funding terrorists in the Horn of Africa, and then banning people from coming here. It's absolutely ridiculous.
But it's going to be like nothing you've ever seen. That auditorium is going to be packed. It holds 500. We think we can fill it. It's going to be a great event. So I hope you join us July 12th.
Long live Ibrahim Traore!
Long live Ibrahim Traore! Long live Ibrahim Traore! Long live Ibrahim Traore! It was actually really hectic trying to get the sign together.
Not taking orders from anybody.
As you can see, it's kind of jerry-rigged up. We kind of didn't have the right stuff. We had to go back and forth to Home Depot 3 or 4 times, but it took us 2 hours to set up the banner. But the reaction's been pretty nice, right?
They want you to believe there's too many people in the world. Bullshit! Bullshit! We need more people because human beings, human labor power is the source of all wealth. We need a government that invests in people, provides people with jobs, provides people with health care, provides people with education, and builds and constructs. Don't invest in bombs, don't invest in prisons, invest in people, human beings, and our creativity. We are the source, and we need a pro-people government. And that's what Ibrahim Traore is on the African continent. And that's why he's teaming up with China to build power plants. And that's why he's enabled thousands of Africans to become farmers and have their own orchards and have their own fields. Behind him, we have got whole fields of wealth. That's what he's about.
I do not come to declare war, I come to declare will. So we will not kneel to fear. We will not kneel to foreign banks. We will not kneel to outdated empires masquerading as friends. Africa is not asking for a seat at your table. We are building our own, a table where no child eats last, where no nation is silenced because it lacks nuclear arms, where justice is not filtered through the lens of race or history, but shared as breath is shared. This is our vision and this is our vow. Let the world hear it today and always. Africa will not kneel.
We need a government like Ibrahim Traore in America. That's what we need, a government of action that will fight for working families. So join us in Chicago, July 12th. Working families first, defeat the deep state for a new world of peace and innovation.
The most revolutionary thing to do, as Ibrahim Traore is showing us, is to build. Not destroy, but build. We need to build our way out of this global crisis. We can't bomb our way out of it, right? They're trying, but the more they try, the more trouble they get their system into. They need to join the new system that is already being built. And that's the message of our conference.
Dare to struggle!
Dare to win!
Dare to struggle!
Dare to win!
Dare to struggle!
Dare to win!
Welcome back. Hope you have watched a very message from white people in United States and also Chicago, sending a warning to white people to stop interfering with Ibrahim Traore. Recently, we saw Ibrahim Traore being targeted by the white people. We saw how white people used microlinking to assassinate Ibrahim Traore. We saw how Donald Trump and Macron sat together and fighting Ibrahim Traore because they say that Ibrahim Traore is using gold reserve for his protection. But we all know that those were the lies of those West country, because those West country, they don't like the progress of African leaders. They don't want a brave leaders, because these people, they killed Thomas Sankara. Thomas Sankara was assassinated by these people, and Sankara was just a youngest also president. And in Traore, we have seen the new Thomas Sankara. If you avoid that banner has Thomas Sankara, and that shows us that Ibrahim Traore is untouchable. We cannot allow any persons to touch Ibrahim Traore as per now, because now it's now time to have the United States of Africa, because now, and make Ibrahim Traore to be the president of Africa, because Traore has done a lot of work in Burkina Faso. He has, number one, he has built a hospital, one of the biggest hospital in Africa, and he has said that in this hospital we must have the cancer center, because our people mostly going out maybe for the brain surgery, traveling a lot in those West countries. And he has said that those machines we can just bring here in Africa and in Burkina Faso. So if you are an African, don't go to India, just book a jet, go to Burkina Faso, and you will receive a lot of treatment in Burkina Faso. Going to India or those West country is not. So that's number one. Number two, imagine education in Burkina Faso is free. Starting from primary to tertiary, education is free. You just buy books, go to school, get education in free. I've traveled all across all over the world. There is no any other country, even in European country, that is providing education for free. But Ibrahim Traore has provided education free in Burkina Faso. Another thing is about roads. We have seen recently he launched a very big road, a very good highway. He has opened up in every village. Every village in Burkina Faso is now accessible. He has opened the interior roads in Burkina Faso. Now, when somebody is planting his maybe maize or doing farming, the investor will come into your door to buy that product. There is no any cartels on that Burkina Faso, and that's why these things made those West countries to be harsh with Ibrahim Traore. And when Ibrahim Traore is just 2 years in power, when he's against colonialism, imperialism is the one of the things that is affecting the countries of Africa and also the Caribbean. And Ibrahim Traore is against imperialism. That's why he suspends what we call these channels of international channels called the France TV. Those France TV were the channels that were using to broadcast lies against the government of Burkina Faso. Then he suspended this, what we call the IMF bank. Those banks that normally gave us a loan with a lot of hefty interest. So he suspended those loans. Burkina Faso, they depend on their own natural resources, and WHO is suspended in Burkina Faso. We saw recently he arrested a spy. The spy was working for West people. He was pretending to be a Red Cross helping the people of Burkina Faso, but deep in he's just it was a setup for Ibrahim Traore, because Ibrahim Traore has set a lot of security, he has a lot of intelligence, and that's why he even suspended all the military troops in France military troops in Burkina Faso. And the fighting of Ibrahim Traore is about the unity. Ibrahim Traore is not fighting for the only people of Burkina Faso, but he's fighting for people across all over the world. He's fighting for the black color. He said that we have our own resources and we can run an economy without interfering. We can run our economy funding our budget using our own resources. And that is why now he has trending all over the world. People normally know Ibrahim Traore. So kindly guys, for watching me for the first time, remember to subscribe, like, share in this channel. Bye for now. See you later.